Hey, what is going on, everyone? In today's video, I want to show you how to set up an automatic water purification system at your base in Once Human. This has worked really well for me, and it is completely automatic, totally hands off. All I have to do is collect the purified water, and that's about it. You can see in my water bucket here, this has been going for less than a day. I set this up last night, went to sleep, woke up, and this is how much water, purified water, was in my water bucket here. So you can see you're pretty much going to be set for life when you set this up. And it is pretty simple to set up, but you will need a few prerequisites. First off here, you're going to need to have power at your base. If you don't have power at your base, make sure you go unlock the solar generator, set that up. And for this base setup, you're going to need 16 watts of power. Mine uses a bit more because I have a few extra water filters, but if you just want to have one water filter, that'll be 16 watts of power. And then you're going to need to unlock a few things in the skill tree. So if you hit O on your keyboard, go to Memetics, and then head to the third tab right here. You'll see that there is a rainwater collection system, water storage, water filters, and water pumps. You're going to need all four of these in order to complete this setup. And then the material cost for everything, I'm going to run through it right now. Make sure you have all of this before we get started. You're going to need 70 steel ingot, 20 carbon fiber fabric, 15 shabby fabric, 30 refined parts, 20 standard parts, 15 metal scraps, 22 electronic accessories, 130 logs, 20 charcoal, 20 adhesive, and 5 rubber. Once you have all of that, we will be ready to get this set up. And before we get into the setup, I just want to mention a few things that you should keep in mind. One, the order that you connect your pipes matters. So make sure you're keeping in mind the order that you're connecting things. I'll show you what that means in just a second. Two, gravity absolutely matters when it comes to connecting pipes and having a water filtration system. So make sure that you keep that in mind. And three, the way I have this set up is essentially 3 different levels. We have level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 I will show you first, then we'll move to level 2, and then I'll show you level 3. And it's all pretty simple. I've actually created this graphic here that hopefully simplifies it and makes it a little bit more clear. So feel free to take a screenshot of this for future use if you would like to. But without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So first off here, you're going to want to start out by creating the groundwater water pump. So there are 2 different water pumps that you can create. If you hit B and then right click and go into your build menu, head to facilities, then functional, and you'll see all the water stuff right here. This is the one that we're going to be creating, this 10-watt water pump. This actually pulls up dirty water from the ground, and we'll end up pumping that to a filter, which then will pump to our water bucket. So just a little tip about this water pump as well is that it doesn't only have to be for dirty water. You can actually use it to pull up salt if you place it on a beach. You can also use it to pull up oil if you place it on an oil field. So kind of a multi-purpose there. But in this case, we're just going to be using it for water. So make sure you build this first, and you have to place it on the ground. It's obviously going to be pulling up dirty water from the ground, so you can't place it on a foundation. So I just have it out here, but I just remove this foundation. Might not be like the cleanest way to do it, but this is the best way that I've found. So place it directly on the ground right there. And make sure that you power it. So I have it set to my little node right there that it's connected to my solar panels. So make sure you have this powered, and then we'll work on the piping at the very end. So next up here, you're going to want to create the other type of water pump, the smaller water pump. So if I head into here again, you'll see it is this one. You'll want to have this on the same level as your groundwater water pump. And then lastly, you're going to create a water bucket on that same level. So this is what's going to be collecting all that water at the end. Like I showed you before, I have all this purified water in here. I like to have this near my garden because you're going to be using purified water quite a bit when you're gardening. So that's where I recommend setting it up, but you can really set it up anywhere you would like. So next up here, we are going to head up to the filtration system. So You can really only have one of these set up if you want to. I have multiple set up, but the way that I have it set up, and by the way, this is where you craft it. Go to facilities, functional, and you'll get the compact water filter. You'll place that right there. Make sure you have it powered on. This also needs power, so connect that to your solar generators, and you should be good to go from there, and we'll handle the piping in just a moment. And then lastly, I have that groundwater water pump going to the center one right here, and then I have my rain collectors going to these other water filters right here. And this is really just to increase the rate that I'm getting purified water. I don't really need it, I guess, but I already had these rain collectors built, so I figured why not just attach them to some water filters and get that get that dirty water purified at a higher rate. But honestly, the rain collectors don't really collect rain or collect dirty water at a high rate. It's actually pretty slow, especially compared to the last beta. So if you really want, you can just have one water filter with the groundwater system, and that should be good enough. But I've got a little bit extra right here. So level 3, I just have 4 rainwater collectors, and then these 2 are connected to this water filter system, and then these 2 are connected to this water filter system. So now let's talk about the piping here and how the piping works. So a good tip is when you go into build mode, you'll actually be able to see the flow of water, so you can make sure that you're setting this up properly. So like I said earlier, the order that you connect pipes matters. So make sure that you start with your groundwater water pump right here. Start with this, click V to connect pipe, and then you're going to connect it to this water pump right there. So that'll be the first step. And then you're going to take that water pump, you're going to click V on it to connect a pipe. Whoops, not to swing a fish. To connect a pipe, you're going to click V to connect that pipe. And then you're going to bring it up to the water filter, connect it right there, and you'll see the water is now flowing. My water pump right there that's on the wall is now flowing up into the water filter. And then connect another pipe from the water filter here down to the water bucket. You can see it right there. It's going down. And this is actually just using gravity. We don't even need to have another water pump. We just need one water pump for this. So basically the idea is to have your water filter above your water bucket so that you can pump it up from the groundwater and then let it just fall down after it's been filtered. And that's pretty much it. That's the basis of the system. So you can see in the water bucket here, I have 3 different ones coming down here, but you can see they're all flowing into the water bucket. And then for the rain collectors, it's pretty self-explanatory as well. So I have these above these water filters because it's just using gravity to push them down. So I just have pipes connected to each of those. But just make sure that you're doing things in the correct order. So when I'm connecting the rainwater, I want to hit V on the rainwater collector first and then hit V again on the water filter system. If you do it the other way around, chances are that the water could flow in another way. I think gravity will actually fix it for you, but if you're trying to set it up with pumps, I recommend doing it in the correct order here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you can get basically unlimited purified water. This will continue to pump as long as it has power. Same with this pump as well. Make sure you connect everything to, oh my God, I keep hitting the wrong button. Make sure you connect everything to power. So your water pump here, your water pump there, and the water filter up there has to be connected to power. And that's pretty much it. Everything's gonna flow from the groundwater system up to this pump, up to the filter, and then down to the water bucket. And then you should be good. Fall asleep, wake up with a bunch of purified water, and happy drinking. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I have a lot more helpful Once Human content coming. Thank you for all the support so far as well. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys ever want to check me live on Twitch, twitch.tv/MattyGorm, I've been streaming a good amount of Once Human over there, so I would love to see you in the stream. But yeah, if there's anything else you need help with, definitely leave a comment down below and I will try to make a video on it. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it and have a great rest of your day.